Hi everyone, it's Laura Stranks here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining my YouTube video today. It's Monday morning at 9 AM Brisbane, Queensland, Australia time. I'm going to show you how to do this Centre of Attention card. It's been done a while ago by a few different ladies, so I've designed it my own way. Some of them are all different. Some of them their patterns go straight across here, but I've changed it around a little bit, and I've also put some panels on the back for you to write your greeting. I'm going to do it in a different patterned paper today and colours as well. But just before we start, I'm going to mention just a couple of things. My Facebook page is called Cards by Laura, if you want to hop on and follow that page. Lots of cards in there. There's no tutorials or anything for you to go to in that one, just photos of my cards and stuff. I do sell my cards to customers. I've got a few customers that I make up cards for and sell. My Facebook group is called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. Excuse me. I'll just get a drink. Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials has got all the links to my videos that I do, my YouTube videos, as well as my live videos that I do every Saturday morning in the group. It's also got a files tab in there where all the PDFs for these, as well as my lives and any other things that I put in there, that's in the files tab. The featured tab has got all my live videos stored in there, so you can go back and have a look at the lives at your leisure. My YouTube channel, if you're watching today, it's called Creative Gems, and thanks for joining me. If it's your first time joining, I hope you enjoy what I'm going to do. Love you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. So we shall get started. I'll just put this little tag out of the road so we've got a little bit more space. I've got the measurements typed up for this, as I usually do, or I put little post-it notes on everything. I'll just put this one aside. And these are totally different colours in this one. That one is in the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper, which is a free paper at the moment for a qualifying order for Celebration. This one today, I've used Pecan Pie as my base colour. I've got Crumb Cake for my mats, and I've got Nature's Sweetness Designer Series paper, which is in the new mini catalogue. And the stamp set and dies that I've used for the little bits and pieces, that's called Lovely and Sweet. It's a bundle. That's this one here. Lovely, lovely. I'm not normally this sort of coloured person. I usually like subtles and that, but I do love this this flowery pattern and the colours that coordinate with this. It's more vintagey. So with the pieces, and I have already adhered some together, my base measures 8 inches by 5.5. That's that one there, and I'm going to show you the scoring on that in a minute. My little pieces, my side mats, they're in Crumb Cake. That's these. There's 4 of those. 2 will go at the front and 2 at the back, which is these here I've got in Soft Sea Foam. There's 2 there at the front and 2 at the back. I didn't put mats on these pieces in here because they were quite small bits and you would lose the pattern from those. The side and the back ones are 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. That's those, and there's 4 of. Then my centre mat, which is this one here, it measures 7/8 by 1. No, that's not that one. Oh, here's the 2 over here. It should have been over there. It won't show like that in the PDF. It's just where I printed it. The margin's cut off. So it's 2 7/8 by 1 7/8. That's that piece there. Then all our DSP. The sides, which go on these mats, are 5 1/8 by 1 5/8, and there's 2 of those. That's those 2 there. And then the centre piece, which I have used a different DSP out of the pack. It's just a little gold checkety pattern, like broken lines on it. It's 2 5/8 by 1 5/8. That's that one. And then the front is 1 7/8 by 1 1/8, which is 4 of. That's these little pieces, 1 2 3 4. That's 1 2 3 4 in the center of that. And then the side, we've done the side ones. Oh, the side at the front. That's these little ones on this side. Some of the ladies that I watched, they didn't decorate the sides, but I thought it finished it off nicely. So we've got those two. They're 2 7/8 by 7/8, and there's one each side on that. So that's all the pieces we need. I'll go through the decorations in a minute. The back writing panels are, and I've done vanilla. It says basic white here. This one's got basic white, but these ones are vanilla. That's on those two there. Those two. And I have stamped a little out of that same set. Just a little stamp in each corner. They're 5 1/8 by 1 5/8, and there's two of those. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, but all of that will be in the PDF. So you don't need to write anything down, and I'll give you the scoring. It will be on the PDF as well. So we shall get our scorer trimmers and we shall start. On the long side, you want first, you're going to score at 2 inches. Cutting blade, I always keep my cutting blade at the bottom so I don't end up cutting by mistake. 2 inches and 6 inches, which is right over, butt up against this arm at the side. So that's those two side pieces. Then I've just got my measurements at the side here. Turn to the short side, and with the right edge on the 1 1/4, so which I'm going from this right edge over here, put that on 1 1/4. There's only 2 cut lines that you need to do, and you're going to cut from that score line to that score line, which is 2 inches to 6 inches. We can put the scorer up there, and I hope I can see this. So I'm putting it on the 2 inch mark and cut down to the 6 inch mark, like so. And that should have gone from score line to score line. Flip it around 180 and turn and put this on the 1 1/4 again, and cut again from 2 inches to 6 inches. Just putting that on the 2 inch down to the 6 inch there. It's better to go this one. I think I went a little bit, oh no, it's not too bad. If you're not sure of where to stop, I would go a little bit shorter and then just snip it with your scissors rather than keeping going and end up over the score line. So then we're turning it back to the long side. And with the left edge on the 3 inch mark, these are scoring now, so I'm going to put my cutter back out of the road. You're going to score from cut to cut, which this is on the 3 inch on the left hand side, and we're scoring, which is the 1 1/4 inch mark, and it's going, I'm going to turn this down a little bit this way. So we're going to score from cut to cut, which is, have I got it on the right? Just turn back to the long on the 3 inch and then score from the 1 1/4 to the 4 1/4. That's correct. 1 1/4, which is there, to the 4 1/4, which is there. So it's going from the cut to the cut there. Then you can turn it 180 and with the left edge on the 3 inch mark, and you'll do the same again. So you're going to score from the 1 1/4, which is there, from cut to cut, cut to cut. So that's those two in that centre mark there. Now you're going to put your, and this can be done in one go. Put the left edge on the 4 inch mark, and you're going to score from the top or down. I go up here. You're going to go from that 1 1/4 inch score line, cut line, up to the top. pull your blade down without scoring and go from that score line down. So that's the 2 in the centre there. So that's halfway on your card. And you've got the score lines top and bottom. And that's all the scoring and cutting that you need to do. Now the folds, I'll just put this back in order. My bone folder, which is here. These outside score lines will be folded into valley folds. So they'll come inwards, both of them, on either side. And then all of the others come into mountain folds. So you've got these side ones here first. Like so. Just give them a bit of a pinch to start with till it falls into place. And these top ones and bottom ones here. So then when you put it flat, it'll come down like this. And it ends up a standard card size that will go in a standard envelope. Give all those a good crease with your bone folder. All nicely scored and pressed. So that's that. That's how it sits. All we have to do is decorate, which is easy peasy. So I'll do the back ones first. We'll get them out of the road. They just go on this back side here. And I'm just going to use my liquid glue so I've got a little bit of wiggle room. I've just opened a new glue again, so it's probably going to come out a little bit fast for me. So these have got a 1/8 inch border all the way around. Actually, this is a 1/16 on the outside. The 1/8 is from the vanilla to the crumb cake. So it's just a little tiny thin border all the way around that. And the same on this side. Once you cut all your pieces, it's quite simple to put together. They all sort of only go in one place. So it's a very quick card with a lovely effect when you're finished. So that's the back finished. I like the vanilla with the browns and those fawny colours. So the 2 side ones are these 2 here. And I don't think this pattern is in any particular direction. I'll get this leaf going upwards, but then that one goes down, so it doesn't really matter. And we'll just adhere those to the side panels. The little embellishments that I've got on my flowers in that centerpiece, they're out of the Blooming Pearls. They're in the, I think they're in the annual catalogue, or if they're in the mini, they're carried over. They're going to be carried over, but I know they're current. They're called Blooming Pearls, and there's a pink, a blue, a couple of colours, and a gold. I tend to head for the gold a lot, so I haven't got too many gold ones left. But the tiny little ones go lovely in these tiny flowers. The little flowers that I've cut are all out of this Lovely and Sweet. It's all these little, and the frame that I used for my greeting, it's out of here. And the greeting I've used is just sending a bit of love your way. That's out of that same set as well. So then we'll do these side ones and top and bottom. Now there is a little scripty writing on these, so I'm going to make sure I get the writing up the right way. Not that you can sort of notice too much. It goes that way. And this one, I'm not sure if it's in English or not. It's really hard to tell. I think it goes that way. I don't think anyone's going to sort of notice. The other pattern, there's another pattern in this pack that it's got the script on as well, and it's quite noticeable, the writing to read. Now these have got just the little 1/16 border all the way around. As I said before, I didn't put mats around these because you would have lost the DSP feature. They're not that wide, so I just left the mats off. I did the same with the first card I did as well. There's no mats around those centre ones. think that's up the right way. I really can't tell with the writing. We'll go with it this way. If anyone notices it, that's good luck to them. So that's that. So there's 3 different designs of paper in this that I've used. The outside ones there, and those 2 and these 4 are the same, but then the one at the back of that is a different one again. I can see the writing on that one, it's at the right way. It says vanilla there. I can actually read that word. And we've got clade or something on this one. It's probably in another language anyway. Put those in there. They're just the little 1/16 border around. We did a card a couple of weeks ago at a class that I had, and we used these colours, this paper. And one lady said, "Laura, I didn't think you liked browns." And I said, "I don't normally, but this paper is so pretty. It lends itself to, the background is pecan pie, and I hardly ever use that colour, but it goes nicely with this paper. And the gold and vanilla, crumb cake, there's a few different. It's also got pebbled path in the writing, but the pebbled path didn't look as nice with the pecan pie as a matte. So I chose the crumb cake. There, it doesn't say crumb cake in the DSP, but I didn't want vanilla because I've got vanilla here, which ended up, you wouldn't have had a matte at the back, so I thought this one stood out a little bit more. And they're the little flowers I was talking about, and the die, that die is so pretty, and it fits that greeting nicely on that. I have already raised that up on dimensionals, so I'm going to put this flat. I don't want any more bulk in the front. When it lies flat, there's a fair bit of bulk in the, when you bend it. So that one will go in the centre, like so, nice and straight. And that is it. That's how quick it is to assemble once you've, although I did do a little bit beforehand, but that's it. Very quick to do. I love quick cards that have a little bit of wow to them. Stands up beautifully for display as well, and then it will lie flat and just go like that in your envelope. So just a standard C6 envelope. They sell them through Stampin' Up! In with the envelopes in the annual catalogue. So that's it from me. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a lovely week, and I shall catch you all again next week. Bye for now.